All right. Once again, we are back in the building for the Saturday night special, getting ready for another Raider home game. Hopefully, it turns out different than last week.
Hopefully, it turns out turns out expected how we want it to be. Definitely not how we all wanted it to be last Sunday. It was an unfortunate turn of events. What happened, which we will definitely delve into in a few brief moments here. But first off, I just want to say congratulations, brother, on your YouTube partnership. It's the first
Oh,
thing
thank
I
you.
just would like to
Yes.
say.
Yeah.
I saw that, man. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That
Well,
is
I
not
want to
any
thank the
feat, man.
members, the audience.
It is hard work. So congratulations, man. And
Yeah.
we definitely cannot do that without all the people out there watching and tuning into our channel and watching
Mm-hmm.
our content. So I just had to just say that.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that I had to say. So yeah, man,
Thank you
congratulations,
very
man.
much. Thank the hot shots that show up every time. I'm, always there to post comments and have made this possible by showing up and being there. Um, it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? I'm really I don't even know. Like I'm kind of speechless about it. You know what I mean? It happened pretty quick for you, for me, and so it's kind of cool. So thank you guys. Obviously, we just did a flash live. No one knows this is happening, so hopefully we get some people to realize we're here and they'll have some time to get in. But man, and I can say thank you to those people, like personally. So, um, but last week's game, Mr. Western Conference. What say you?
Well, let's just say they are who we thought we they are who they thought we were.
If you want to crown them, crown them. But
you
they
know,
are who we thought.
yeah,
Yeah.
why does it seem like every quarterback who like sucks, but then when they play us, they like have to come out and be the best version of themselves,
Hey, hold on.
when they
This
play
is
us,
Andy
man.
Dalton we're talking about here, okay? The
Oh
red rifle.
man, the red rifle, huh? Man,
Yeah.
hey, what's crazy too is that, man. I was talking so much shit last Saturday. Man. I was talking
You
shit about.
were.
I was talking shit. Um, you were saying some things about Dalton too, but I take full blame and ownership because I completely discredited the Panthers just in general. I completely shitted on that team. I completely just disown them. I didn't give them a chance at all. But that just tells you right there. Any given Sunday, it doesn't matter what team you are, and it's
Hmm.
crazy that the teams that I expect the Raiders to beat, we lose to, and then
Right.
and then the teams that I expect us to lose to, we win. And yeah, so we got our ass whooped. And we lost. Dalton came out like prime Dalton form there. Chuba
Right there.
Hubbard ran it down our throat.
Hmm.
They looked. It's just crazy how when Dalton came in there, he injected new life into that whole team, man. And what a difference from Bryce Young going to Dalton. And yeah, it's just it's crazy. And then following that game, it led up to Antonio Pierce and business decisions and Jack
Yeah. What do you think
Jones
about that business
and you
decisions
know
comment? Yeah. What did you think about
it
that?
it just it it led on to a whole different thing. So before I go on to that whole spiel, I'm gonna allow you to give your thoughts and insights on that butt kicking that we got from the Carolina Panthers.
Okay, so I was there, the game, pre-game, hyping people up, getting the chant out. It was amazing in there. Probably as hyped as I've ever seen it. It's blacked out. We had OGs flying in, driving in. It was awesome, right? And then within the first, I don't know, 5 or 6 plays, you could just feel it. If you're a Raiders fan, in the
You
first
know,
2 minutes of the game, like it's
yeah,
so immediate that you just feel you're like, this is not it. This is one of those. And it was bad. It was not good. I think the worst part is that, home opener and we had people leaving. It was pretty much empty with 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
yeah,
So
that's
it's,
that's terrible.
and that was fair because of what that was on the field. Um, Guys didn't look. They looked like they were a beat behind everything. You know what I mean? It just kind of 3/4 speed feel to it, right? And I think one of the major things that I heard from Pierce in his press conference is that they didn't practice in pads, right? Um, which is something he said he was going to do, right? We're going to be in pads all year, and then they weren't this time. And he said, injury stuff or whatever went into it. Um, I understand trying to protect certain players. If they're injured, then sit them, right?
Mm,
And if you don't have enough depth, no one's going to blame you because you don't have enough depth, right? You're not the coach, and you know that's so. I think we need to hit. I just think that without it, this team seems like they're behind everything, right? Um, the defense, we really missed Divine Diablo. Like, I don't dislike Luke Masterson, okay? But I went through this.
yeah,
I watched it in person. I watched the broadcast twice, and then I watched the all 22 of Muhammad Black. He was here with me, going through it play by play. Um, and there are too many plays to list for Masterson where he just is not doing it at all, man. And Spillane looked a little bit slow, but Masterson does not belong out there right now. Not that day. I don't. I've seen better days from him. That was not it. That was not it.
yeah,
It was in the run game, in the pass game. They picked on it. They also, I felt like the play caller had Graham's number in a way. Like he just had the right call at the right time for what Graham was calling a lot. There was even a play where I think we ran uh, you know, like 2 man under, right? Which is not something we run very often. And they had like the
yeah,
perfect play call for it with a middle route where Hobbs knows he has to keep the middle. He lines up inside and then some starts drifting out and gets beat down the middle. It's a huge play. Um, you know, they kind of understood our defensive rules and put guys in conflict. And I think Merrick struggled with that during the game. Um, Epps, sometimes his pursuit angles, I'm like, what are you doing?
yeah,
On this, yeah, on that screenplay from deep in their own territory, Carolina ran a screenplay to the receiver, picked up a huge gain on it, and they were rolling again. And Epps is coming from inside, and he tries to go under uh, the fray, as if he's gonna like run down this guy from behind or something as a receiver. I'm like, you're not
Yeah.
Dion, dude. What are you doing? You gotta go over that and try to, you know, cut him
I
off. So,
I think our defense, but just the team and just in general, I think we were kind of just overconfident going into this game,
mm-hmm.
thinking that we were gonna just come in and just beat the shit out of them, you know. And I felt like we kind of got a little too confident. And I'm gonna say this now:
Mm.
we need to stop smoking cigars after each victory. Save that for the playoffs.
Oh
Save it
boy.
for the playoffs. Save it for when it counts. Okay, you don't need to smoke a
Mm.
freaking cigar after each win. Save it for when it counts. Um, and I'm gonna say that with the offensive side of the ball, it all starts with the offensive line. And shout out to my boy Alex. I see him here in the chat. Shout out to you, brother. I
So,
see you here.
yes, what's going on?
Yeah, so it all starts with the offensive line. Our offensive line sucks, and um, it doesn't matter if Gardner's back there. It doesn't matter if AOC's back there. If you make a change at the quarterback, you throw AOC back there, he's gonna do worse. And if you
Yeah,
do make the change of quarterback going to AOC, you can't go back to Gardner because once you make that change, you gotta stick with AOC. You can't go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I felt like the Raiders
mm,
kind of already made their bed with Garner, and that should be our guy going forward. But if they do pull the plug on Garner, then once you go to AOC, you can't go back. But
right.
as I was saying, it starts with the offensive line. Like, dude, it is garbage. And we saw some glimpses and highlights of what Jackson Powers could do. Damn,
Right.
I almost said Jew,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Calm down.
uh,
But
he,
what this is the thing. They brought him in for Parham. Like Parham's
yeah,
probably been our best lineman. Why did they bring him in for Parham when like Cody Whitehair
yeah.
was getting
So
cooked?
so
Anyway,
that's so. Um, I don't know what their train of thought is on that. Like that's why they're paid the like big bucks and they're the coaches, and like all that. So
go.
like that's above my like pay grade, like all that. But I just know that if
Nice out.
Jackson Powers Johnson is like fully healthy, you put his ass in there. You put him in
Okay.
there and you have him in there.
Yeah.
Um, so it's gonna start with the O line. We cannot establish a good ground game still. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
Zeus had, a
Hmm.
few plays here and there, but our O line sucks. So it don't matter
Mm.
like who's
Okay.
who's who's back there,
Let me
like
let me beg to differ with you here. Okay. So we went back to the all 22. All right. Our O line is not pass blocking well enough, right? But Minshew is doing a good job of buying time in those situations. There are a couple of times where you're like, okay, bro, like just resettle your feet and throw the ball. But
yeah,
it's like you can't have everything, right? Like you want a guy who's going to be able to scramble and improvise. Sometimes they're going to scramble too much or improvise too much, and you're just going to have to deal with that. That's just what it is. I mean, Lamar does the same
yeah,
thing. There's times when Lamar just resettle and throw a fucking strike, and a touchdown, right? So we'll see, right? The pass blocking, guys getting drove back into the pocket, right,
hmm
is the issue, and they're pass rushing him like he's a scrambling quarterback now. Right?
yeah,
They're mushing, keeping their lanes, keeping him in the pocket, like if they were playing Lamar Jackson or something, right? That's different. I don't think he's used to that. I don't think like that's a thing that he has had to deal with before because he's never been the guy. People just kind of respond to him, sort of thing. So yeah, um, you know, now the teams are going to prepare. We'll see how he deals with that kind of pressure in the pass rush and the get navigating the pocket when they're trying to keep you in it, right?
yeah,
And then, yeah, right. But run blocking, there were some plays where guys, some of our tight ends, some of the guards, whatever, got to the wrong guy in the zone read and things like that, right? But we're talking about maybe 3, 4 plays. Um, there are too many plays for me to list where Zamir just missed the read.
See,
Just
so
went,
that's one
didn't
thing that I
follow his
wanted.
block, didn't cut back,
So,
just
so
missed
that's
it.
so that how you just said right there. Now, I don't want to say this early yet, and I don't want to say that because it's too early, and we didn't get enough sample size of this yet. But
Mm-hmm.
could he have all the, could he be fast and strong, but lack the vision and be like a Trent Richardson?
Damn.
So it's a small sample size.
Richards.
So it's a small
Mm.
sample
That's
size,
a
but
horrible name to
but
bring up.
but but
Oof.
but
Mm.
that's what I don't want to
Listen,
see to where he's just running and the vision's not there, like he's just like you know what I mean? And
I think I counted one play where he hit the cutback lane. One.
but there's plays where he looks tremendous, it's like damn,
Empowered. That's a empowered.
it's
He's
like
a
damn
power
man,
scheme back. I think. I don't think he's. There's two different skill sets to being a power runner and then a zone runner, right? Power
yeah,
runner, it's all about like, you know, hitting the hole quickly with force, being decisive. You know what I mean? And like follow your blocks, trust guys, right? Run through tackles, right? Run the daylight. Zone, you gotta stretch, press the hole,
yeah,
be
hmm
patient, read, cut back at the right time, right? Set your blocks up. There's a difference between, like, um, how the Jerome Bettis versus, Le'Veon Bell, right? Same team,
yeah, yeah,
different different stuff,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Um, if you ask Jerome Bettis to be a zone back, that's going to be a problem, right? Part of the
yeah,
problem with Baltimore right now is that Derrick Henry is talented, but doesn't have like the normal quick feet you see from a zone back, and so on the
hmm
stretch plays, it doesn't look that great, right? Um,
yeah,
so we have to figure that out. So like most times, backs can't do both. Um, that's why guys who can are special.
yeah.
And I will say that if you were looking at Zamir this whole summer and he couldn't run zone, we probably should have brought back the guy who could run both. That we
I
got.
absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. I agree. I agree.
So
I agree.
I've I I think after week one, I had some questions about the decision making coming from the head coaching position. Okay. Um, Going for it on fourth down from around 40, um, not going for it on fourth down from
I'm still
midfield.
pissed off about that. I'm. No, yeah, yeah. That's
And you
garbage
know,
water, right there.
then there was another instance of us going from our own 40 in this game that cost us 3 easy points for the other team, and we came out flat again. This is the third game in a row. Even the game we won, we needed to come back. We did not come out fired up. What was he? What was the big thing that we hired him and he was supposed to be able to do? That's right. Motivate the team. That's right. That's right. And what did he said that guys were making what business decisions?
So, did you see Antonio Pierce, his whole vibe and his aura during his press conference yesterday? He
Mm-hmm.
looked morally, physically, emotionally defeated. And I'm not gonna go down that New Jersey Turnpike yet, but
Hey, buddy.
but
We're
but
on the same off ramp.
but I'm
Same off ramp.
gonna just say this here. I think there's a reason now. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, please do. But
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a reason why Mark Davis and the upper front management didn't give out the full details of his contract length on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I really believe,
It's not
and
an accident. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean. And let's, I'm just saying, you know what I mean. If this guy doesn't get, you know what I mean, if he doesn't, ante up, man,
It's
Something's
never.
something's got to give, man. And I thought about this too. You know
Hmm.
who's sitting there in the background too? Who's right there? And I wonder if he's
Hmm.
like sitting there, just like, hey, if this dude gets fired, I could be the guy, the
He's been like this the whole
next.
time, bro. Patrick Graham was like, "Go ahead and give him the job. We good?
So
I'll
there's
wait."
him, but there's another dude who I thought of too, who was a former
Hmm.
head coach.
You talking about Philbin?
Nope.
Who?
Marvin Lewis. I
Oh
I
hell no! I
I
was
I
right.
I I wonder if he's sitting there going like this.
Oh
I'm
no!
hoping and Antonio Pierce, kind of f's up on purpose, man, and hoping, just dreaming, wishing on a star.
Marvin Lewis
you
is
know,
retired. I don't think he even wants to
hey,
come back and coach, does he?
I don't want him as a coach, honestly, but
No,
I'm just
absolutely not.
thinking like I wonder if like he's so first off, I wonder if there's two mini chefs in one kitchen, and they're all in Coach Antonio Pierce's ear right now, and they're just like, "Do this, do this, do this, do
Mm,
this." When Antonio Pierce should be the only one making the meal, and they're all saying, "Do this, do this, do this." When
mhm.
Antonio Pierce can't really coach his own way because he's getting this from Philbin, he's getting this from Coughlin, he's getting this from Lewis,
So
and
this
he's
is
trying
what
to
I was
take
worried about.
this advice from all these different experienced coaches, right?
Hmm.
But he can't really coach his own way. So there's that aspect that I think of it. There's other
Okay.
where I think about it where other coaches might want him to fail so that way they could get to it. But as you're saying too, though, if Antonio Pierce were, which I don't want to happen, but if he were to get fired or let it go, I definitely think Graham would be that person, who would be that guy next up, like
Hmm.
hands
Yep.
down. But yeah, but I definitely think that he lost some credibility and he lost some of the players in the locker
Hmm.
room by speaking out in public, by calling out the team. That's something that you definitely don't want to do by speaking out in public and going to the media, calling out your team. That's like Bill Callahan saying that they're the worst team, Oh, we're the worst team in
Exactly.
America, blah, blah, blah,
But
blah.
see, would you? No, he said stupidest. So would you rather be
Stupidest. Yeah,
stupid
yeah. See,
or heartless? I would rather be
yes.
stupid.
Yeah, yeah. See, so if you're an established coach like Bill Belichick, Reed, you don't see them doing that. Those type of antics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that just kind of tells you what kind of tier of coach AP is. But I've always said this, guys. I've said this. I don't want it to happen, but I'm just saying there's always that. What if Antonio Pierce is another Mike Singletary? Remember, I always said it,
Hmm.
and
Hmm. You literally called that. I feel like the experience factor is showing, right? Like part of experience is knowing who to listen to, how to filter through all the comments and stuff, and make decisions that still align with your values, right? Um, and make sense moving forward. It's also holding your tongue and not shooting yourself in the foot by what you say.
mhm.
Um, not only is he, you know, running the risk of alienating the team, right? Which is, I mean, we have a lot of people out this week.
Oh, dude, it is a slew of like injuries. It looks like a Walmart receipt. You know what I mean? When I go
Mm.
and I see, I'm like, dude, this is like a freaking receipt from like Walmart. So the like biggest two ones, Crosby. So Wilkins is gonna have to like step up for sure. And
Is he fully healthy? Wasn't he sitting out too this week?
so supposedly I thought Wilkins was gonna play, but I just know that we
Oh,
paid
he's
him.
playing. He's definitely playing.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah.
like, wasn't he like limited some of the week in practice?
I maybe they're just doing that just so he could get some extra rest. They might just be saying that, but I just know that if we're paying him that 95 or he better have his ass on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if he can. as long as he's not hurt, for sure.
Yeah, like this is his time, to like shine. And you know, before we go talk about our game against the Cleveland Browns, there's just too much just going on with Pierce, and I feel like it's too early in the season for this to
Hmm.
be happening with us, for these problems to be happening with coach
Yeah,
and all this. Like this should not be happening. Like it's
yeah.
way too
You
early.
don't you
It's
don't
way
want a
too
players
early.
only meeting in week
Yeah.
3, dude.
This is
That's not a
too
good sign.
early. This is too early, man. It's way early. Too early, man.
Yeah. You know, I'm a big believer in trusting my gut and believing people when they show you who they are. I think that he needs more time. I don't recall situations where coaches needed more experience and they were able to kind of learn it on the job. There's a certain prerequisite of like conduct and experience that you have to be able to pull this off. Um, and yeah, it's just we'll see, but it's not looking good right now, right? Hopefully, we can get it turned around. If you look at the situation there, we had Diablo and Crosby and Wilkins basically unavailable or not able to be themselves, right? And those are three very impactful players. Crosby is still out. Wilkins is better. Hopefully, we can get better play from Gainer or Maury Burney than we were getting from Masterson at that other linebacker position. Um, I think Eichenberg is a rookie, and asking him to do that is probably a little too much to ask. Plus, I mean, it's not enough melanin back there at linebacker. I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, man, for sure. And
um,
and I just got to say this, and I know, and I'm that guy who, I'll say it, and I'm gonna say it again. And I know this is not what Raider fans want to hear, but I'm gonna say it, and I don't give a shit. you know, if we go on a downward spiral, man, and if we freaking lose, I don't care. I'm gonna say this shit, but hey, truth fucking hurts. And I'm sorry for saying the F word, but I'm gonna say that shit.
we're good. It's Saturday night special,
Pardon
baby.
me.
Yeah.
Man, like dude, Adams is 86, dude. Adams is gone, dude. Adams is dipping. Crosby might stay, and trust me, I love Adams, man. I love Adams. I don't want him to go, but if dude, he wants to play for a winner. I get it. He wanted to come in. Sorry, Oakland, Vegas. He was born a Raider fan. I get it. I get all that. But no one wants to play for a shitty team for dude. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's done deal. And I don't, and I blame Crosby for, if we don't sign Pierce, I'll trade me, right, dude. You
That's
say
why
that
Crosby's not going anywhere. That's
you
why Crosby is
so,
definitely not going anywhere.
so if you would have said that to Al Davis when Al Davis was here, Al Davis would
We'd
have
be like,
traded your
okay,
ass
you
to
traded.
the most
Right.
shittiest team the following day. You would have been gone. And that's just facts. And trust
It
me, I
is.
love me some Max Crosby. I don't want him to like get traded or anything like that at all. But
Yeah.
dude,
Him
I'm
and
just
Mark had a
calling
good
out.
conversation about that, and I think that was a smart thing to do by Mark. Right. Let it be known that can never happen again. But you get a pass because you're Max Crosby. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if you're
But
like somebody
but
else, maybe it's my
but
intro.
hey, if say we go, fucking sorry, 4-12. See, I'm old school. I'm so used to the 12, but it's an 18
4
game.
and 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm old school. So
Okay.
say if we go on that, I tell Crosby, hey, shut the fuck up, take a seat.
Yeah.
We
Yeah. We're gonna go do our thing now.
yeah,
We tried it your way,
sit
right?
down.
Yeah.
Like sit down.
But
Like
this is the thing. Like I felt like Mark had to do this. I talked about it. Like people choose who their leader is, right?
yeah.
Like even like deer do a vote to decide who's going to lead the direction that they go in, right? Silent count. So It's like a natural thing, and if you try to force something else, it pretty much never works, right? Um, Joshy Boy was already behind the eight ball because the team wanted Bisaccia, and then he came and he was a total and complete douchebag. So
Yeah,
that made it worse.
yeah,
Um, I'll never forgive him for what he did to Hunter Renfro. I will never
yeah.
forgive him.
But hey, I'll be honest though. Like when we first got Josh, I'll be honest. I won't lie. I was super hyped for him, man. I was like, okay, the Broncos thing, okay, that was different. He was young, he was stupid, he was a young dumb
He
Josh.
said all the right stuff. I learned
You
from
know,
it. Yeah.
and then I was thinking, I'm like, all right, he's older now. He's gonna bring over that Patriot shit, that super high powered, fast pace, super offensive shit. All right, cool. Let's do it. Then he brought over Dave Ziegler. We're gonna bring that Patriot winning culture shit. It was a complete opposite, and it burned down our whole. So I don't blame Mark Davis for you know for 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 trying it, but for us drinking that poison for that long, that's what sucked. So when we had the chance to get Brady and Gronk, when we had the chance to trade Derek Carr, I would have made that trade. I would have made that
Mm-hmm.
trade. But
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, no, 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 dude! Tom Brady won the Super Bowl that year. He won the Super Bowl that year." And Tom Brady talks, dude, he talks about it like they would not have traded me for that guy, dude. And then even Dana
He
White
was definitely
says,
talking about Carr in that
you
point.
know, you know,
Yeah.
White says, yeah, like that trade was like done, sealed, and but John Gruden at the very last second he backed out of the deal. Like it was all done, it was all set. Gronk and Brady were on the way here, but then at the last minute, John Gruden backed out. I'm like, oh man. So like dude, just imagine like dude, Brady and Gronk in Vegas, the jersey sales, playoff Brady in Vegas. It would have been beautiful, man. But
Yeah,
coulda,
we could
shoulda,
have got
woulda, East woulda.
two first round picks for Carr, which means we'd have the picks to replace Brady with a young quarterback. Anyway, we'll just see. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, man. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. But I will say this: our quarterback right now is good enough. I don't want to hear any of this crap about how this is on Minshew. Okay,
No,
charted
it's
this
not. No,
game. I
not the
charted
gold
this
mine, bro.
game, dude. This guy, there were
It ain't
drops,
Gardner's fault.
right? There was a miscommunication on an out versus a something else route or a stick route. We had just offensive line. People are literally like he's trying to throw with a guy in his lap, right? And then we're like, why didn't he hit that? I'm like, because you can't throw with a dude like stand in your like all in your area, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Um, yeah. So that was that was
There's
that was.
I've seen other Raider content creators. I won't say any names because they're
Mm-hmm,
they're all great, and I
mm-hmm,
won't talk down, or like hate on like any, but there's some, and they'll show plays of the last game where they say that there was guys open, and things, and I'll just say
mm-hmm,
one play because I don't want to give this person up, but like it'll be like a simple out route with the receiver on the left side of the field. He'll run straight, and then he'll do a simple out route, and
mm-hmm,
then it's Adams will go up, and then he'll do an out route, and then
mm-hmm.
they're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well Adams will go 10 yards, and then he'll do the out route left. He was open. Well, why didn't Garner throw it? Well, the safety is like right there, and he's
Yeah.
all the safety like he's watching it, and all the safety is just zone in on it, like it's like the safety sees that,
Yeah.
and it's so from our eyes, from us watching the like game, sure, like it's very simple for us to like see like, hey, he's open, he's open, he's open. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe there is, sometimes where there is open, but I feel like that's why they're
I counted
quarterback,
them. Yeah.
and we're not because we're
Yeah.
just people watching them from a screen, and
You have
we're
to
not
take into account.
under center,
Yeah.
you know.
You have to take into account the fact that they are reading a progression. They have a helmet on, so they can't
Yeah.
see the same way you do. And there's also a line of sight that needs to be available for the ball to travel, right?
Hmm.
So there's a play where there was an out for Devontae Adams, and the linebacker was in the passing lane, and we had the left tackle Cold get pushed back into his lap, and the corner is sitting on the out route, and they wanted to throw that, and that was not the proper read. So he actually uh, bought time because he's trying to get the ball to Mayer on an over, and Mayer flattens the over, so he can't throw it. He buys more time, and then in the scramble drill, Mayer breaks out and away from him instead of in and down on an angle towards the quarterback like you're supposed to do. So whatever, things happen.
Yeah.
There were some issues. Like, I'm going to name the plays. There was a play where I had four, and I watched every single play. There were about four plays I disagreed with him on. Right, he should have hit Tucker deep down the middle on a play, or maybe he could go deep to DA, but because he's 1-on-1, right? But he does end up making a kind of like magical play to get it to the check down, who then picks up a huge amount of yards on the play. So no harm, no foul, right? And then we had a deep ball that was missed to Tucker. Could have been a little more touch on it, although Tucker does for just a split second like slow up because I think he thinks the ball's not coming to him just for a second, and it cost him on that one. There was a space where he should have hit Tucker on an out route, and he hit DA on a stop route instead. And there was this spot where he should have hit DA down the middle instead of going to a check down.
Yeah.
That is the only place that I charted
One
everybody.
one thing that I would like them to do a lot more is on the first play of the game, do a play action deep on the very first play of the game.
Davis
That's
special. Yeah.
yeah. The old Al Davis special. The first play of the game,
Mm-hmm.
play action deep on
Yeah.
the single I form with one wide out to the right. So that way they all think it's a run.
Mm-hmm.
And you just do play action
Mm-hmm.
deep. And
Yeah.
then I'm kind of shocked that they haven't used Brock Bowers in a running play yet, or some kind of like I want to see him get more incorporated in that
H-backy.
gadget type stuff. I want to
Mm-hmm.
see him because he's more than capable of
Oh
doing that.
yeah. Yep. He
You know,
can. He can run the ball. The thing is, like, he's so effective down the
yeah,
field. You know what I mean? That you're like, can we have the running backs be able to run the football? That'd be good because he's such a
yeah.
good receiver.
I mean,
Yeah,
it can't
I like
hurt.
to see it.
Like just
Mm-hmm.
the old college try. Like
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, we should come out with split Adams left, right, way out left, and then we should play action, and then end up having Bowers actually be the deep shot. That's what I think would work, right? Get him isolated on a safety, and then just like have him run like a seam, right? And
Yeah,
let Minshew find him. Big target too, right? Um, and then I doubt one guy is going to take him down as he's rumbling down there. What's up, Raider Ryan? In the house?
Red
Yeah, Ryan. It was
Ryan.
we kind of spurred the moment. We had to like change the time a bunch of times, but I'm glad to see you here,
Got Red Ryan in
especially
the house. I
because
got
yeah,
my boy Airsoft dude in the house. It's always good to
yes,
see y'all in here.
yes. Alex is up in here. Thank you guys. The people showing up, like, it's a big deal. Got myself in the partner program because of you guys. So big win. Thank you guys. Thank you, Raider Ryan. Obviously, dude is always supporting. He's the shit.
Yeah,
All-star fan. Got somebody tickets before, all kind of stuff. Man. Just
yeah,
a
he's
just
a
a
great
stand-up
dude.
dude, man.
Awesome guy.
Yeah, exactly. So, and yeah, I mean, just offensively, I felt like Zamir, like, he just have to improve in the run game. I think Lauby is going to actually be activated for the first time.
Yeah,
Hopefully, he
man,
can get a carry or two.
we got to see him, please. I'm like, please, I'm like, come on. I'm like we got a lot of weapons, and it's like I'm gonna go off of what Graphic Raider said because he said it perfectly. So I'm gonna just use this from him. Like we gotta stop making things harder on ourselves. Like coach and Tony
Mm-hmm.
too. Like stop making it harder on ourselves, man. Like put our best players in. Put our best players in. Use them. Like 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 that's why we have them. Use them. Use it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So Ritter Ryan says, "I'm excited to see what this offense looks like without Da." I hear
It's
you.
gonna be very interesting. I anticipate we're gonna see a lot of Brock Bowers, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Myers. We're gonna see some Trey Tucker. You know,
I would
I
say my biggest gripe with Minshew is that he gets too into getting the ball to Da in some cases where if he waits a little bit longer, something better is going to come open. But it's like he will never pass up on Da. If he sees it, he's like, "Oh no, I have to
I
throw
feel
it to
like
him,"
that's his like
which I get it.
safety net. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
Dutchers. You know, he's like okay, bam. I mean, I don't blame him
Mm-hmm.
either. I mean, that's Da
No,
out there. You know.
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh,
So you know, interesting. Yeah, um, yeah, yeah. Home game, so I'll be there for sure. And hopefully it turns out different than last time. If we lose to Cleveland, I'm gonna like take a week off, guys. It might be me, right? I'm joking. Uh, so yeah, I think that we have if we can get the running game going, right? It finally just caught up with us. We can't just keep not running the football. Like it's just, jeez, man. Like we lost time of possession this time. We couldn't sustain drives. Um, they know they're sitting on everything because they know what's going. We can't just run the ball, right?
yeah,
Either we need to go to power and run Zamir, or we need to replace him with his own back. We can't like be sitting on the fence. Like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like come on, right? Like, and this is on Pierce. He's got to make that decision, right? He decides
yeah.
what our philosophy is, right? And then the guys call plays, right? Um, So yeah, Ron says that's facts. I heard grass rant. Stop overcomplicating things. Yeah, it's just play the best players. You know, if the guy's a power back, run him in power. If he's zone, then run him in
Yeah.
zone. Um, you know, we got the airsoft dude saying probably was saying nothing excited in low points left. So yeah, people were predicting that. I can understand why you'd be down on it. And then who's stepping up on the other side with Max out? Yeah. I mean, we already didn't have Kuntz, so Tyree Wilson.
We'll see what he can do, man. you know, hopefully, we'll see. I'm not gonna say any more about him, until proven
Mm-mm.
otherwise. you know,
Nothing to say, man. You gotta just
I don't
think
want to
that.
say anything good, but I don't want to say anything bad. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
just put the
That's about how
gear
you played.
in neutral.
Hmm.
I'm gonna put the gear in neutral.
Yeah, that's about how you played. Yeah, nothing good, nothing bad. I didn't see him on tape existing, pretty much. And then he says just play West Coast offense. I agree, but that requires that we run the football,
Yeah,
or else it's just short passes. You know. Um, I'm going to do like an analysis after the first 4 games, and do my little data analytics thing, and then figure out like, are we actually throwing the ball short of the sticks more than other teams? Are we throwing more short passes and screens and things like that? Um, so I think
the
that's going to
old
be.
Luke Getzey special.
Hey, hey, hey. Getsy was scheming dudes open. Getsy was scheming runs where guys could have got yardage and they didn't do it. So like, JT the Bricks is saying that Tyree was leading practice. Okay, that's what you want to hear. Okay. See, Raider Ryan coming
All right.
through with the
I hope
info.
that'll transition to the game day. So I'm hoping he has a talent.
Yeah, yeah. Thought he slipped like that. Oh, bro. No, he's back. He's back. Got himself back. That was one of the good things that he was able to come back pretty quickly, relatively quickly. But that's funny, man.
Yeah.
So Trey Taylor, hopefully Trey Taylor gets off IR this upcoming week. I want to see Dylan Lauby get some runs or some screenplays. Yeah, like this is the thing. Like Lauby is a zone runner, like, and he excels at the cutback. He's also a serious receiving threat. So the defense doesn't know what you're going to do, right? And he can do both things. It's not a tell. And hopefully he can run power because that would be really funny if we just had like a zone back that was really good, a really good power back, and then like a mediocre everything back. That
Yeah.
would be
I always said, he could be like our Danny
Kenny Woodhead.
Woodhead.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Or was the kid for the Chargers that just left the Chargers last year? Um, Running back. Somebody in the chat help me out. The Chargers running back.
Who's on the Redskins now? Talk about Eckler.
There you go, Austin Eckler.
Eckler.
Good job.
Eckler, yeah.
Yeah, very similar, I think, to an Eckler too. So, yeah, I want to see him play. And yeah, no 10-yard behind the line screens.
Like
I didn't see any. I've actually never seen those. I see though. I see. That's funny. It says, "I'm glad to see they're protecting Max from Max." I hope that's what's happening.
Yeah. Because Max would be out there right now, but it's like he definitely would play, but it's good that he doesn't play so that way he doesn't get a bigger injury, because
Yeah.
so it's good that he doesn't be out. So it's good that he doesn't play injured so that way he doesn't get a bigger injury.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, for example, CMC.
Please no. Please don't do that. Yeah, and then like last year, you found out he was playing with like a life-threatening injury, and you're like, Max.
Yeah. That's
please don't do that. Like, it ain't worth it, Max. No game is worth like losing you as a like literally. We don't need another like Kobe thing. Like I can't deal with it. My heart will break.
Yeah.
Please don't do it to me. Like seriously. Yeah. You have to live a really long time. I have to be able to tell my kids about how awesome you are and like have you meet them and sign autographs. Okay, can you do that? Thank you. All right. What kind of brain fart did you have, Ryan? I missed it. You have to tell me what you mean. But
Max from Max. That's what he was talking about.
Oh, about Max. Oh, couldn't figure out. Yeah. Couldn't figure out Eckler, maybe. Yeah, I was lost too. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the game. I know we spent a lot of time on it, but it was kind of a biggie. Let's quickly.
Yeah. I'll just
go
say
over this.
We got our ass whooped by the worst team in the NFL, and it sucked. It was a difficult game to watch, and if Bryce Young was playing that game, I think it definitely would have been definitely in our favor, and I think like how you said earlier, last week, Roger Goodell, he picked up the phone and was like, "Hey, the Panthers are playing the Raiders this week. I think you better start Dalton." You know what I mean? And and hey, man, I'm telling you, he came in, he injected new life, into that.
He didn't say it like that. He's like, I think you better start on Andy Dalton.
Hey, man, it's like the Panthers died. They ate a fucking sensu bean and then they freaking came back to life and it's got all swolled up real quick, dude.
Oh man, yeah,
man, we lost and it sucked, but let's not talk about that game anymore because it's definitely
All
The
right.
pressing
Let's talk
stop.
about something totally different. All right. We're going to play a bad team that has an offense that's not very good and a lot of defensive talent. And we're
I
playing
guess
at
I got to
home.
be that
And
that one Raider content creator who always has to talk about the fucking rainy shit. So go ahead, brother. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go
it's the truth. The truth shall set you free, right?
ahead.
Or something like that.
All
Um,
right.
so, quick predictions. Let's quickly go over this thing and get out of here because it's Saturday night. And I
All
got to
right.
go
All
to bed.
right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Court is adjourned. All right. All right. So tell me why I feel like, damn, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna be that Raider guy who always says shit here. You know, I'm gonna say it, and I speak how I feel, and if you don't like it, then I'm sorry. You know, then you just don't like it. All right, then too bad. All right. So you know what? Let's not forget this, Raider Nation. Don't forget this, people. Don't forget this. And I know a lot of you guys out there, okay? Don't forget Deshaun Watson was a former MVP candidate. He used to be a top 5 quarterback in the league. And I understand. I
Mhm.
understand. Oh, well, this is when he was with the Houston Texans. He had DeAndre
Mhm.
Hopkins. Blah, blah.
Let
Okay,
me
I
check
get it, but let's cut the
who are the wide
bullshit.
receivers he's throwing to again over
Let's
there. Let me
let's
check
let's
this
let's
out.
let's let's cut all
Um,
the let's
it's
cut the malarkey here, okay? All right.
it's
So
Amari
he
Cooper
used
and
to
Jerry
be
Judy. Yeah. Okay.
he has Mari Cooper, who was a former Raider, and guess what? You don't think Mari Cooper, when he's playing us, he wants to add a little extra oomph, you know, against us, his former team. He wants to add a little, okay, all right, I'll show y'all, you know. So I know Cooper's gonna be a little extra excited, you know, to to play us. And then he has Jerry Judy, who was a former top pick, you know, who was picked by the Broncos. So Jerry Judy ain't no scrub. I know a lot of people will write Judy off. Well, that's why the Broncos traded him, blah, blah. I don't think of Judy like that. I still think Judy is still very talented. I still think Cooper is talented. I think Cooper has hands,
Hmm.
man. I think Judy can run great routes and he can catch.
Hmm. Hmm.
David Njoku is injured, so that's great. But Deshaun Watson, now
No.
this is going to be the big variable here, Raider Nation. Is Deshaun Watson going to be the massage parlor Watson that we're going to play? Or is he going to be the
Hmm.
MVP candidate of Deshaun Watson? Now,
Right.
for some
And
reason,
if he
whenever we
is,
play the quarterbacks that used to suck,
yeah.
whenever they play us, they turn it on. They just switch. So that's my biggest fear when we're gonna play, the Browns tomorrow. And now on the defensive side, they got Myles Garrett, who is top guaranteed top 5 defensive player in this league. That guy is a
Yeah.
baller. You know, he's a freaking
Yeah.
freak athlete. He's just he's a stud, man. And our offensive line, fuck, good luck because he's going to be drawing double teams all day, and I'm definitely going to see a tight end on his ass. It ain't going to be Bowers,
Nair's out. Nair's
maybe.
out.
Oh shit. See, so look. It's it's I don't even know what I don't even know, man. So this game here, it's all gonna end up
Uh,
on Deshaun Watson's gameplay. They have 2 good wideouts. They have a good defensive player in Garrett. They have Jerome Ford, who's going to be their main halfback. But we have good players too. Our defense is better than their defense, but I definitely think that we have
mm-hmm.
the talent to beat them. So, final score here. I think that we are going to beat them by a touchdown. So, final score decision here. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I think it's going to be Raiders 17, Browns 10.
Okay. Okay.
Judges gavel.
Um, there you go. There you go. So offensively, they I feel like they have Cooper. They've got, like you said, Ford, Jerry Judy. Um, you said Njoku's out, so that's good because, well, not good. We want him to be healthy, but that would be another issue for us. Defensively, Miles Garrett, former Raider Shelby Harris, Darius Smith, Dalvin Tomlinson. Uh, the only place I feel like they have some weakness is the kind of linebacker kind of situation. I'm not in love with their safeties either, so this might be a Bowers go crazy day, right?
Yeah.
Harrison Bryant is a capable backup tight end. I'm glad that we have him in this situation because he can come in and basically do everything that Mayor can do, except a little bit less than obviously Mayor. Not to put anything on negative on him. He's a very good player. Mayor's just kind of very talented, right? Um, so we'll see. I feel like they're kind of very similar to us, right? It's a team with a defensive line that doesn't have a ton of depth at linebacker, and I think we're better at corner, and we're a little bit better at safety, so that's why I think we're a little bit better on defense. Yeah. But we can make any quarterback look great, and Deshaun Watson is actually got the great in him somewhere. I think it's covered in oil right now, and he keeps dropping it. But if he ever decides to not have such a oily time, it might be different. What? Is something wrong with oil? I'm just
he's gonna have an oily time.
I just anyway. Ryan says, "What are your thoughts on AP?" Let's get through the chat and get up out of here. I'm gonna make my prediction. Okay, so I think we're missing our best players. The team that we're playing is probably pretty motivated by the idea that they can get off the schneid against us. We are morally down right now. Amari Cooper is going to come in ready to get his revenge. I'm sure he'll be focused this game. Plus it's like every 3 games that he focuses, right? So I think this is it. What? So then I think it's obvious. The prediction is that the Raiders are going to win 20-13. Okay, we're going to win. The reason we're going to win is because it looks like we're going to lose. So I'm going
to lose. I like that.
Exactly.
I can't rain all the time. Can't rain all the time. Can't rain all the time.
I'm George Costanza, and I'm going to predict the opposite of everything I think for the rest of the season, and then we'll see how it goes. Opposite George did well. Okay, so this might work for me.
I'm going to take the quote from the crow from Eric Draven. It can't rain all the time. So
there you go. All right, so yes, quickly. So what are my thoughts about AP? And he's a big supporter, Ray Ryan. Not a fan of the decision. If he felt there was a lack of effort and laziness on the field by someone, just pull them talk to talk. Right. I'm a big believer in the accountability of self, right, rather than others. I think blaming others rather than being accountable yourself is not how things get solved. But I think that was a huge mistake. I think that if you are the motivator, and that's why we hired you, you probably don't want to say that your team is making business decisions in week 3.
And I chimed on this earlier before you were here, bro. I said that it's definitely not a good look for a coach to be saying that in public and to be speaking to the media outlets like that in public. He definitely should be doing that behind closed doors, and to be just calling out the team like that in public. He should approach his team and his players like that, like men behind closed doors. And I believe, based on the comments that he said, he definitely lost some credibility, and he lost some of the trust and some of the players in the locker room by saying that. And just in case, if you were not here by the time that I said this, and I'm going to say this again, he could be another Mike Singletary, man, where he's another rah, 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 speaky, talky, and all that, but you can't back it up. And what's going to happen to him after he can't talk it up anymore, after the motivations and all that is gone. Like, what can you do when you can't motivate a person anymore? Like, it's done, you know? Like, you can only talk to a person
Yep.
so much and build up the hype and the courage and encouragement, like, so much. Like, there's only so much a coach like that could do, you know what I mean? Like, there has to
Yeah.
be more to offer than that, than just be a hype man, you know? You can only be a Flavor Flav for so long, and then you got to be something else.
There you go. Wow. Couldn't have said it better myself. So, yes, salute nation. AP really does need to just think about it right before you say it out loud, because that was not the thing to say, you know. So yeah, you don't keep it behind closed doors. Like, he don't want to tell us about injuries, but you want to tell us about that, right? We can do better.
Because you're a head coach, man. You're supposed to be the leader of the team. You're supposed to be the leader of the team, man. And
Yeah.
credible coaches of a higher tier and prestige don't do acts like that. So you got to hold yourself more accountable and to a higher standard than that.
Yeah. Lead by example, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you want them to be accountable, then be accountable. You want them to be under control, then be under control. You want them to be thoughtful, then be thoughtful. Like, bro, don't ask for what you can't do, right? So anyway, that's enough. We're gonna beat on it anymore. We'll see. Time will tell. But
And I just got to say
yeah,
this too, because I said this last week. I got to say this. Taylor Swift still got a long ass back.
oh no, bro! Oh my god!
She got a long ass back.
What are you doing, bro? You're gonna have Taylor's. You're gonna have Swifties in here trying to hurt me,
You
bro.
got no
No,
arch. You got
Taylor,
a long
you're
ass giraffe
wonderful.
back.
Taylor, you're wonderful, beautiful, bro. Come on, man. No, I'm
Generation
Taylor.
X, 2 words for you.
Oh no, that's him. I love you. You're great. Please
That's
don't bother
why
me.
why West Conference. I'll be a
All
Huckleberry.
right, Joe. Oh no. Tombstone. Don't do it. I love that movie. All right. Thank my people for real once again for getting us to where we're at, and more to come now that I'm all monetized or whatever, however you say that. And I will have a good time, and we're going to turn it around for sure. And yes, we are doing well at penalties, guys. So, all right, everybody have a good night.
Yeah, you guys have a
Stay
great night.
positive. Stay positive. And
Like
I
a
always say,
yardstick. You see that? Like a yardstick. Yep. Like a yardstick. No.
stay hot. And we are saying nothing about Taylor Swift ever again.
It is like a chain gang.
No. All right. It's been good, you guys. Let's get out of here. Have a good night. Have fun.
Stay cool, stay light, keep it fresh, and you guys have a good one.
Stay hot.